mostly sunny skies. Lights have been on since before first pitch at 7:05 Eastern. Another 3-2 to Ferguson. Grounds this one between first and second into right field for a one-out hit, and Fergie has his first knock of the series. It's the Boulders' fourth hit of the night. So 2 weeks from tonight, it's the Can-Am Frontier League All-Star Game. The Home Run Derby will be on July the 9th, preceded by that luncheon featuring Yankees broadcaster John Sterling. We've got ticket packages available. You can call the box office, 845-364-0009, or visit the box office, or get to rocklandboulders.com. First pitch swinging is Fecto. Line drive to right on his horse. Onto the warning track and making the catch is Guibert. Ferguson had gone 2/3 of the way to second base. He has to hightail it back. But Fecto made solid contact. He lines out deep to right for out number 2. So here's Wagner Gomez. Reached on an error in his first plate appearance as a Boulder. Signed with the team earlier this week. Batting lefty, a switch hitter against the right-hander Alvarez. He takes a fastball down and in. And to do a fancy two-step to get out of the way. Bit of an open stance. The 1-0 pitch swung on, cued foul off the third base line. Spins toward the Cuban national team dugout. The count 1-1. Ferguson, leading off at first, has not attempted a steal yet this season. But the Boulders have been aggressive from the jump under Kevin Baez. And have a pretty good success rate, too. 1-1 pitch, swung on, popped up. Moving toward the Cuban national team dugout on the third base side. The third baseman, Acebe, makes the catch in foul ground. That's out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left. Let's go to the bottom of the 4th. With the score, Rockland 1, Cuba nothing on the Boulders Broadcast Network. To the bottom of the 4th we go. The Boulders serving as the visiting team tonight here at Palisades Credit Union Park. Mark Renee with you as Rockland holds a 1-0 lead. And the Cubans will send up the heart of their order, 3, 4, and 5. Raul Gonzalez, Jordanis Samon, and Frederick Cepeda against right-hander Ronaldo Lopez, who's working on a 2-hitter. He struck out 3. and walked none. First pitch strike yet again from Lopez, who threw the first 3 innings had thrown 36 pitches, 28 for strikes. Here's the 0-1, a breaking ball that just missed low. 1-1 on Gonzalez, who was the third baseman last night, and had a big night, too. 3 for 4, 2 doubles, a run scored. He grounded out to second his first time up tonight. 1-1 pitch swung on to deep left center field. Backing up is Heyman toward the warning track, and it's one hop against the wall. Gonzalez turns first, pulls in at second with a leadoff double, his third extra base hit in the last 2 nights. He jumped all over that pitch from Lopez, put it up the alley in left center field. Heyman took a bit of a circuitous route over then back, but I'm not sure he would have had a play on it even if he'd made a direct line. In any event, the tying run on second with nobody out for Yordanis Simon, playing first tonight, grounded out to third his first time up, and he takes a fastball low. It's 1-0. We'll get you the Boulders trivia question, sponsored by Dominican College. For a quality education in a small college setting, consider Dominican College. Learn more by visiting dc.edu. Question now, answer to come in the top of the 5th. But first, the 1-0, breaking ball low. It's 2-0. Cuba national team has won 10 consecutive gold medals in the Pan Am Games, which get underway a month from today. That occurred between 1971 and 2007. 10 straight gold medals in the Pan Am Games for the Cubans. What's the only other country to have won consecutive Pan Am Games gold medals? The 2-0 pitch, a breaking ball, down and away. Good backhand by catcher Gomez. And the first time tonight that Lopez has fallen behind in the count. Of course, he does have first base open, so this could be an unintentional walk. Your choices tonight: Canada, Venezuela, or Nicaragua. 3-0 pitch. There's a fast strike, as Simone was taking all the way. He was 1 for 4 with a run scored last night. Boulders have a 1-0 lead. That was on Matt Oberste's leadoff homer to start the second inning into the right center field bleachers. 3-1 pitch, swung on, chopped to second, 2-hopper. Burke on his heels from the outfield grass, throws to first. That's out number 1 as Gonzalez moves up to third. So the tying run now 90 feet away. Brings up Frederick Cepeda, who struck out looking after an 0 for 2 two-walk game 1. So one more time for the trivia question. Cuban national baseball team, 10 consecutive gold medals in the Pan Am Games between 1971 and 2007. What's the only other country to have won consecutive Pan American Games gold medals? Was it A, Canada, B, Venezuela, or C, Nicaragua? The answer coming in the top of the 5th. Lopez working from the stretch with a runner on third. Misses with a fastball high and away, and Gomez had to jump out of the crouch to flag it down and prevent a wild pitch. Raul Gonzalez led off with a double. He's at third base now with 1 out. Cepeda, the switch hitting left fielder, skies this one into right center field. Harris charging as he makes the grab, tagging and coming home. Here comes the throw. 1 hop couldn't be handled, though, by Gomez, and sliding in with a tying run is Raul Gonzalez. Credit Cepeda with a sacrifice fly. Great throw by Harris, but it handcuffed Gomez, and we are tied at 1. Well, that's just a bad break for the Boulders. Harris did everything exactly as he should have on a fly ball to center field. He lined it up, made the catch charging toward home plate, a strong 1-hop throw. But Gomez got handcuffed, couldn't hang on, and Gonzalez slid in. First pitch to Aloma, swung on, foul tipped at the plate. So credit Cepeda with an RBI on the sac fly, his third ribby of the trip. And the Cubans tie the game at 1. Breaking ball, there's a called strike, and it's 0-2 on Aloma, who struck out looking in the second inning. Pitch is swung on, another 1-hopper. This time Lopez had to jump for it, Soft toss to first. That retires the side, but not before the Cubans tie it up on a hit. No errors and nobody left. We go to the top of the fifth. Rockland 1, Cuba 1 on the Boulders Broadcast Network. And as we go to the top of the fifth inning, we could not have a more even game. Rockland and Cuba tied at 1. Each pitcher through 4 innings has thrown 49 pitches. And Chase Harris will lead things off. 8-9-1 for the red, white, and blue. Harris, Piotnik, and Burke against right-hander Freddie Asiel Alvarez. Harris singled his first time up tonight after going 0 for 3 last night. He's got the average back over 220 now. And he swings and foul tips the first pitch at the plate. It's 0-1. Chase leading the Can-Am League, 15 for 15 in stolen base attempts. Between innings, Kevin Baez, the Boulders manager, having a chat with the home plate umpire Jacob Torres. They both had their lineup cards out, so I'm not quite sure what they were discussing. Harris tries to bunt, pulls the bat back in time. The pitch was out of the strike zone, so it's 1-1. There was an appeal made to the first base ump, Freddie DeJesus. This time he says no swing, or no offer on the bunt anyway. Chase waiting on a 1-1. There's a breaking ball called strike 2. So it's 1-2 on Harris. Boulders got their only run so far on a leadoff homer, top of the second off the bat of Matt Oberste. 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Harris, the 4th strikeout victim of the night for Freddie Asiel Alvarez. And it brings up the number 9 hitter, Mitch Piotnik. After going 1 for 3 last night, Mitch so far 0 for 1 tonight with a ground out to second base. Last of 5 natural lefty hitters in the batting order. Takes a first pitch strike on the outer half. Here comes the 0-1. That's high and away, and Piotnik lays off. So the trivia question tonight: the Cubans won 10th straight gold medals in the Pan Am Games, 1971 to 2007. There's a one-hopper back to the box, and a soft toss from Alvarez to first. We've seen a bunch of comebackers tonight. That's the first one the Boulders have hit. Cuban national team has 3 of them against Ronaldo Lopez. So score that, 1-3. 2 up, 2 down to Ryan Burke, who's 0 for 2, a flyout and a strikeout. Cubans won 10 straight Pan Am Games gold medals, 1971 to 2007. The only other country to win consecutive tournaments: A, Canada; B, Venezuela; C, Nicaragua. The answer, Canada, in 2007 and 11. Burke takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Alvarez and Lopez, both strike-throwing machines tonight. Here's the 0-1. Burke pulls it foul. Watch out. Beyond the Boulders dugout, right field side, toward the bullpen. It ricocheted off maybe one of the concrete stairs and back toward the field. Burke way ahead of an 84-mile-an-hour off speed. Here's the 0-2. Alvarez misses outside for 1-2. Boulders baseball presented by Palisades Credit Union. Are you ready to start earning cash back on purchases? With Palisades Credit Union's Casasa cashback account, you can earn money every month by using your debit card. Visit the PCU booth in Stadium or PalisadesFCU.org for more information. Federally insured by NCUA. The 1-2 to Berkey, down low and away. It's 2-2. Burke came in hitting .291. He's now 0 for 5 with a walk in the series. Series that wraps up tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Eastern Time on 11 Sports Cable, Can-Am League.tv, and our radio flagship, WRCR AM 1700. 2-2 to Burke. Swung on. Couple of hops to the second baseman, Aloma, up with it on to first. And the Boulders go down in order. We're halfway through. To the bottom of the fifth we go. Rockland 1, Cuba 1 on the Boulders Broadcast Network.
Here at Hudson Valley Audiology, we care about patient service. We also care about your ears, your hearing, your balance, but most important, your quality of life. If you have any issues about your ears, hearing, or balance, please give us a call today at 845-362-1350, located less than 1 mile from Palisades Credit Union Park.
What would you do if a friend, coworker, or loved one collapsed? Calling 911 alone will not be enough. Over 1,000 people a day die from sudden cardiac arrest. Many can be saved with early intervention. HealthSave offers CPR courses on a daily basis at our facility in Rockland County. We'll come to your home or business if you prefer. Visit our website at healthsave.com or call us toll-free. CPR training is for everyone. Learn CPR. Become a lifesaver.
Let's go to the bottom of the fifth inning in a 1-1 game. The Cubans are the home team tonight. Boulders will be the home team tomorrow for the second of the for the finale of the three-game series. 7, 8, 9 for the Cubans. Acebe, Ibarra, and Guiber against Ronaldo Lopez, who just missed with a fastball on off the outside edge. 1-1 pitch. That's down low. Gomez tried to frame it for the home plate ump, but Torres didn't take the bait. Acebe grounded out his first time up. Did not play in last night's opener. The 2-0 from Lopez. There's a fast strike, and it's 2-1. Mark Renee with you from the Palisades Credit Union broadcast booth. Flying solo tonight. 2-1 pitch, bunted at and fouled at the plate for 2-2. Rockland Boulders Fantastic Fundraiser program's back. 501c3 nonprofit groups can earn up to $8 back on $15 tickets, with all guests getting a team cap. For more information, call our ticket sales manager, Karen McCombs, at 845-364-0009. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed as the bat goes flying. There's strikeout number 4, recorded by Lopez, and Acebe is now 0 for 2 on the night. Bat rolled up toward the third base umpire. Rich Katz passed a stunned Richie Fecto at third base. And everybody's okay. Junior Ibarra grounded back to the box his first time up. Swings and fouls the first pitch at the plate. It rolls toward the Cuban dugout on the third base side. It's 0-1. Ibarra now 0 for 3 in this tour of North America. 0-1 from Lopez. Breaking ball, punched foul right field side. That goes to the seats, about halfway up from the field to the concourse. And quickly, Lopez ahead 0-2. That was pitch number 56 on the night. He's thrown 41 strikes, only 15 balls. Here comes the 0-2, up and in. Yoelkis Guiber waiting on deck. Bullpens are quiet on both sides. Cuban national team. Third base dugout. Bullpen in the left field corner. There's a slow roller to third. Fecto on the run. Throws him out. Nice play, Richie. And that's 5 in a row retired by Lopez since the leadoff double in the fourth by Gonzalez. Yoelkis Guiber popped out to first base. It was a ball straight up about 30 feet away from home plate up the first base line. Lopez settled under it initially when maybe he should have been directing traffic, but Oberste made the catch in front of Gomez, the catcher. First pitch strike yet again for Lopez as it's taken by Guiber, who's 1 for 4 in the series. Working quickly, Ronaldo's 0-1, swung on, cued foul, third base side. And it's 0-2. The Can-Am Frontier League All-Star Celebration kicks off with a luncheon featuring legendary Yankees broadcaster John Sterling. That'll be Tuesday, July 9th, 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the New York Country Club in Spring Valley. For tickets, which benefit the Boulders Community Fund, slide to rocklandboulders.com. Guiber pulls this one on the ground, foul wide of first, and the count holds at 0-2. Here comes the pitch, just missed outside. So the count 1-2 on Guiber. Center fielder and leadoff hitter Yunieski Lardouet waiting on deck. The 1-2, a half swing, no swing, says the third base ump Rich Katz on appeal. And so the count now 2-2. 2 outs, nobody on. We're in the bottom of the fifth inning as the sun sets over the lower Hudson Valley outside of New York City. Another beautiful night for baseball. 2-2 from Lopez. That's down low and the count full. Boulders came in 18-17 on the year, 8-8 here at home. Payoff pitch, a one-hopper, fielded by Lopez, soft toss to first. Oberste squeezes. That's out number 3 as Cuba goes down in order. We go to the top of the 6th in a 1-1 game here at Palisades Credit Union Park on the Boulders Broadcast Network. Let's go to the top of the sixth inning in a 1-1 game. The Boulders, the visiting team here at home tonight. 1 run on 4 hits, no errors. The Cuban Nationals, 1 run, 3 hits, and 1 error. Boulders send up their 2, 3, and 4 hitters against Freddie Asiel Alvarez, John Bronsema, Grant Heyman, Matt Oberste. Bronsema's 1 for 2 with a single. He's 2 for 6 in the series. JB earlier in the season, a team-high 15-game hitting streak. Ryan Burke had a 13-gamer. Adam Ehrlich has hit in 10 straight games. And on the opposite end of the spectrum, there's Richie Fecteau. First pitch swinging is Bronsema to left center field. That's going to fall in. The center fielder, Lardaway, giving chase. Coming into second, sliding in with a double safely is JB. Bronsema has his second double of the series. He's 2 for 3 tonight. And he is the go-ahead runner in scoring position with nobody out here in the top of the 6th inning. Jumped right on the first pitch of the inning from Alvarez. There was a big hole in left center field, and Lardaway had no chance to run it down before it bounced about 3 feet to his right. Started to say Richie Fecteau on the opposite end of that hitting streak spectrum. 0 for his last 25 now, and 1 for 34. First pitch swinging is Heyman, and he fouls it third base side out of play. Grant wearing that football face mask to protect the nose he broke nearly 3 weeks ago in a collision with Chase Harris in left center field at Yogi Berra Stadium. He also wears a mask when he's playing the field. The 0-1 swung on, popped, foul. That'll reach the seats right down the hall from us, suite level. And it's quickly 0-2 on Grant, who bounced into a 3-6-1 double play and rolled out to second base in his 2 trips tonight. 0 for 5 with a walk in the series. Boulders have a runner in scoring position. They had a leadoff double in last night's game, too. That was in the 4th inning. That was also Bronsema. He could not advance. Pitch is down and away as Heyman lays off. And in my chat pregame with manager Kevin Baez in the clubhouse, that was his big lament from last night. That could have changed the whole complexion of the game. Boulders were shut out for the first time this season. Bronsema leads from second. The 1-2 pitch swung on, grounded to second. Scooped up there by Aloma onto first for out number 1, but Bronsema moves up to third. He's 90 feet away with the go-ahead run. So a productive out for Heyman. He's now 0 for 3. Gives Matt Oberste another chance to play the hero. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Struck out his last time up, but in the second inning, he led off with a home run to right center field. His 4th big fly of the year, RBI number 12 for Matt. Started to talk about his road to the Boulders earlier. Played for Binghamton in the Mets system the bulk of last year with guys like Pete Alonso, Jeff McNeil, and Tim Tebow. Not too shabby. Bronsema leads down the line from third in foul territory. Oberste takes a fastball at the knees, but inside. So it's 1-0 on Obi. Alvarez closing in on the 80 pitch mark now. The 1-0, that missed. Half swing, appeal to first. This time Freddie DeJesus says no swing. And it wasn't a swing. So it's 2-0 on Matt with 1 out. Bronsema leading down from third. Represents the go-ahead run at a 1-1 tie. We're top of the 6th inning. The pitch swung on, foul tipped. It bounces behind the plate. Kids run the bases here at Palisades Credit Union Park after every Sunday. Boulders home game presented by Bardonia Pediatrics, a division of the Boston Children's Health Physicians. For tickets, slide to RocklandBoulders.com. Man on third with 1 out, top of the 6th inning. Matt Oberste at the plate, waiting on a 2-1 from Freddie Asiel Alvarez. Here it comes. Ground ball to third, scooped up there by Acebe. Across to first, in time for out number 2. And Bronsema had no chance to try and score. That was a hot shot, fielded on a bounce by the third baseman, who went to his knees to make sure he had it. And he threw across the diamond in plenty of time to retire Oberste. And so it'll take a base hit or a wild pitch or a pass ball now to break this tie. Colin Ferguson is 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout, 1 for 6 in the series. Third baseman playing even with the bag. Fergie takes a strike. Should mention, too, Heyman had a huge weekend with 8 RBIs in the 3 regularly scheduled games at Sussex County. Swung on, fouled straight back to the screen by Ferguson, and it's 0-2. Heyman had 2 home runs, 3 runs scored. He was 5 for 12, but those 8 RBIs nearly doubled his total for the season. He had 11 when the weekend started. Came back home to start this International Showcase Series against Cuba with 19. Now Ferguson steps out as time is called. He bats with 2 outs and a man on third. That's Bronsma, who led off with a double and moved up on the 1-out ground ball. Or I should say the no-out ground ball by Heyman. Swing and a miss. It gets past. Heyman's going to have to run this one out. Oberste scores, but the put-out is complete, 2-3. Heyman down on strikes. The run does not count, and the Boulders are retired. We go to the bottom of the 6th, still a 1-1 tie on the Boulders Broadcast Network.
People often ask me, what is your secret to great customer care? Our philosophy is simple. The answer is yes. Now, what's the question? Our people make the difference. We're building a relationship, not conducting a transaction. And if you haven't already, you really need to come and experience it for yourself. Get 0.74% APR, a 2-month payment credit, and complimentary prepaid maintenance during our certified pre-owned sales event. At Mercedes-Benz of Nanuet,
it's not business, it's personal.
Let's go to the bottom of the 6th inning here at Palisades Credit Union Park in suburban New York City. Rockland 1 and Cuba 1. Marker Day with you on a beautiful night for baseball. Second of a 3-game series, which will wrap up tonight. And coming up for the Cubans against Ronaldo Lopez, the top of the order, Yunieski Lardouet, Cesar Prieto, and Raul Gonzalez. Lardouet is 1 for 2 tonight, 2 for 5 with a walk in the series. Right-handed batter against the right-handed pitcher, who bounces one in the dirt at front of home plate for ball 1. Lopez, through the first 5 innings, had thrown 65 pitches, 46 of them for strikes. His 1-0 inside corner called a strike. 1-1. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for the Boulders. 1-3-1 for the Cuban national team, who scored a 3-0 shutout last night. The 1-1 from Lopez, breaking ball in at the letters for a called strike 2. Well, Lopez has fallen behind only 2 batters all night that I can remember. 1-2 pitch. That just missed off the outside corner. So it's 2-2. Fans, you can celebrate America with the Boulders on the 4th of July with patriotic fireworks presented by Rockland Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. For tickets, slide to rocklandboulders.com. Fly ball to right center field, I should say. Harris has it lined up and makes an easy one-hand grab as he drifted toward the warning track. So 1 up, 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Lardaway's now 1 for 3. Brings up Cesar Prieto, the lefty hitting shortstop. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. 2 for 6 in the series. Swings and foul, tips it. In and out of the mitt of Wagner Gomez, making his Boulders debut tonight. And doing the catching with Adam Ehrlich and Blake Grant Parks, both in reserve. Lopez with the 0-1, another foul ball. This one bounces and then rolls in front of the Boulders dugout. So it's 0-2 with 1 out in a 1-1 tie as we zip along here in the lower Hudson Valley. 0-2 pitch, a breaking ball up and away. It's another good waist pitch from Lopez. That was his 73rd of the night. 1-2 coming. Swung on and fouled back to the rock pile, that backstop under the screen. So the count holds at 1-2. Series finale tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Eastern time at all the usual places. 1-2 pitch, swung on, fouled back again behind home plate. We'll be on 11 Sports Cable, 7 o'clock sharp. So too, CanAmLeague.tv and AM 1700 WRCR radio. You can find us on WRCR.com and the TuneIn app as well. 1-2 pitch, yet again. Line drive over third base. Fecto jumped but couldn't reach it. And it's fielded by Grant Heyman. A leadoff, a 1-out single for Prieto, his second of the night. And he is the potential go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 6th. That brings up the red-hot Raul Gonzalez. 3 for 4 with 2 doubles last night. Doubled and scored his last time up, leading off the 4th. He's 1 for 2 tonight, so 4 for 6 in the series. Lopez working from the stretch. Runner holds. Pitch taken on the inside corner, a breaking ball strike. On the radio side, Corey Spector will have a scoreboard update after out number 3 here in the 6th. The 0-1 swung on, line drive off the glove of Fecto, and it rolls toward the bullpen in the left field corner. Rounding second, heading for third, Prieto. He'll hold there, pulling into second with his 4th double of the series. And second tonight is Raul Gonzalez, and Cuba is in business. Runners on second and third with 1 out here in the 6th. And Raul Gonzalez is hotter than the weather here in late June. Be it Tommy Shirley last night, or Ronaldo Lopez tonight, as the pitching coach Les Lancaster strolls out from the Boulders dugout. He'll meet with Lopez and catcher Gomez. It's a 1-1 tie. Boulders got their only run when Matt Oberste led off the 2nd inning with a home run to the right center field bleachers. The Cubans tied it up in the 4th inning. Gonzalez, who just doubled, also doubled to start the bottom of the 4th, moved up to third base on a ground out to second by Yordanis Simon and scored on a sacrifice fly ball to center field by the left fielder Frederick Cepeda. And this a huge spot for the Boulders. Lopez needs to be Harry Houdini Jr. as we get another gorgeous sunset out beyond the right field corner. Simone's 0 for 2, couple of ground outs. He's 1 for 6 in the series. First base is open. But it looks like the Boulders will pitch to the big righty batter. 6'1", 220-pound, 37-year-old. He takes a strike on the inner half. It's 0-1. Prieto leading down from third. Gonzalez leading off second. A 1-1 tie with one out, bottom of the sixth inning. Lopez from the stretch. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on. High chop. Fecto's got it. Comes home. The tag applied, and he's out. Great tag by Wagner Gomez. He had to reach back behind him from in front of home plate, and he slapped the tag on the sliding Prieto for out number 2. And more importantly, Gonzalez is still at second base. Fecto threw it a little bit up the first base line, but Gomez made the grab with a mitt and then dove back toward the third base foul line. He slapped on the tag, so Prieto is out 5-2. Simone reaches on a fielder's choice. Gonzalez is still at second, so the Boulders have a force at any base with 2 outs, and here's Frederick Cepeda, who has struck out and hit a sacrifice fly. Swings at the first pitch, grounds it foul toward the Boulders dugout. Cepeda's RBI in the fourth inning was his third for the Cuban national team on this tour of North America. They played 9 games up in Canada at Trois-Rivières, Quebec, and Ottawa. Boulders bullpen getting busy. Pitch on the outside corner, a called strike 2. And Lopez 1 strike away from getting out of this major jam. Looks like Zach Gemiola warming up in the Boulders bullpen. 0-2 bounces in. Gomez blocks it with a chest protector. It rolls a couple of feet up the third base line, but he's able to jump on it in time to prevent either runner from trying to move up. So the count 1-2 as Lopez really spiked that one. Here's the pitch, a breaking ball, just missed. Must have been outside, maybe a little high to the six-foot-tall, 39-year-old lefty hitting left fielder, Frederick Cepeda. So now a 2-2 pitch from Lopez. Here it comes, swung on, grounded foul behind home plate. And the runners will retreat. Gonzalez to second base, Simone to first. A 1-1 tie, bottom of the sixth inning. Each team has 5 base hits. The Cubans have committed the only error of the night. That was back in inning number 2. Pitch swung on and missed, strike 3, and a fist pump from Gomez as he walks to the dugout. We go to the top of the 7th inning in a 1-1 tie on the Boulders Broadcast Network. New pitcher for the Cubans is right-hander Wilson Paredes, 6'1", 185-pound, 29-year-old. He's 1-0 with a save, an ERA of 4.69, making his 6th appearance, all in relief, 7.2. That's 7 2/3 innings pitched. Has given up 4 runs, all earned on 7 hits. Walked 2 and struck out 4. Pitched 4 innings in the series at Trois Rivières over the weekend. 2 innings Friday, 2 innings Sunday. Comes on here in relief for Freddie Asiel Alvarez, who leaves with a no decision after 73 pitches through 6 innings. And the first pitch to Richie Fecteau is taken for a strike. Fecteau 0 for 2 tonight. He's 0 for 6 in the series. 0 for his last 25 overall and just 1 for his last 34 at bats. Mired in a miserable slump, but he can get out of it here and get the Boulders in front. He takes strike 2. Boulders have Zach Gemiola warming up in their bullpen. We'll get you the full line on Alvarez in just a moment. But first, the 0-2 to Fecteau will be followed by Wagner Gomez and Chase Harris. 6, 7, and 8 for Kevin Baez's bunch here in the top of the 7th inning. The 0-2 outside. It's 1-2. So Freddie Alvarez worked 6 innings, gave up the 1 run on the Oberste homer starting the second. 4 other hits, walked none, struck out 5. 73 pitches thrown, 50 for strikes. Paredes working from the stretch. The 1-2 breaking ball swung on and missed, and Fecteau continues to struggle. He's down on strikes. 0 for 3 tonight, 0 for 7 in the series, and now 0 for his last 26 at bats. Here's Wagner Gomez. Switch hitting catcher, batting left. Reached on an error his first plate appearance and then popped foul to third base, so he's 0 for 1 in his Boulders career. Waiting on the first pitch from Paredes. Here it comes. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Good off speed from Paredes. Just 72 miles an hour. Oh, 1 coming. Swung on, fouled back to the screen by Gomez. Boulders came in a record of 18 and 17 on the year, 3 games out of first. 8 and 8 here at home, 10 and 9 on the road. Gomez waiting on an 0-2. Stands with his left foot pointed toward first base. Here's the pitch. Down and away for a ball, 1-2. Wagner Gomez listed at 5'11", 205 pounds. 27 years old. He'll be 28 on December the 2nd. Waiting on a 1-2. Here it comes. Swung on, pulled foul on the ground. 1 bounce into the Boulders dugout. Fielded by a ball boy, and the assist to John Bronsema. Boulders starting shortstop tonight. JB's 2 for 3, a single and a double. The only Boulder to reach base twice tonight. Gomez waiting on another 1-2 from Paredes. Here it comes. Popped up. Wide of first in foul ground. Moving over Simone. Now he's under it. He struggles with the lights, but he's able to make the catch. That is out number 2 here in the 7th inning. So Gomez is fouled out twice tonight. Brings up the 8-hitter Chase Harris, single and a strikeout, 1 for 5 in the series. Boulders were shut out on 4 hits last night. Wasted a golden opportunity in the 4th inning when John Bronsema led off with a double. They had Bronsema lead off with a double in the 6th inning tonight and get stranded at third. Harris takes a strike from Paredes. It's 0-1. Ponto now in the Boulders bullpen. Time was called. Harris stepped out as Paredes stepped off the rubber. Works from the windup, then goes to the stretch. The 0-1. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Paredes starts his motion with his right foot on the rubber, his left foot right in front of it on about a 45-degree angle. Then he spins, goes to the stretch. Now the 0-2. Fastball low. It's 1-2. I'll be interested to see if he does that with a man on base, because you would think that's a balk. Starting your motion, stopping it with your feet. Very interesting. Harris waiting on a 1-2 with 2 outs here in the 7th. Here it comes. Fastball just missed. Might have been a little outside. It's 2-2 now on Harris. The 9-hitter Mitch Piotnik hoping to get a turn on deck. It's a 1-1 game. We're in the top of the 7th. Boulders serving as the visiting team tonight. And Harris waits on a 2-2. Here it comes from Paredes. Breaking ball. That missed. Might have been a bit more outside than the last one. So the count full on Harris. 3-2. Ponto has completed his warm-ups. Boulders bullpen now quiet. Payoff pitch from Paredes to Harris. Breaking ball, half swing. Did he go? The appeal, no, says the first base ump, Freddie DeJesus, and Harris reaches with a 2-out walk. Second time he's been on base tonight. That is the first walk allowed on either side tonight. Now Mitch Piotnik 0 for 2 tonight. Couple of ground outs. 1 for 5 in the series. Harris 15 for 15, league leader in stolen bases. We'll see if he tries to jumpstart a Boulder rally here with 2 outs. Fakes a break, doesn't go, and the pitch down and in. A fastball from Paredes. Good backhand by the catcher Ibarra to prevent a wild pitch. Here comes the 1-0 from Paredes, showing bunt Piotnik. He pulls it back with a fastball high for ball 2. Acebe, the third baseman, charging hard down the line. So it's 2-0 on Piotnik. Ryan Burke, the leadoff hitter, hoping to get a turn. He waits on deck. As Harris leads from first with 2 outs. A 1-1 game. Chase runs, pitches outside. The throw down to second. Tag applied late. Harris in with his 16th stolen base of the season. And the Boulders have the go-ahead runner in scoring position as the count on Piotnik goes to 3-0. So Harris with the steal. Good pitch for Ibarra to handle, and he got a good throw off. It was just that Harris was too speedy, slid in, and the tag was applied to, looked like just between the number 7 on his back and his belt. But the head-first slide, his hands got in safely. So runner on second now, 2 outs. 3-0 coming to Piotnik. On the outside corner, called a strike, 3-1. Base hit could well give the Boulders the lead here in the top of the 7th inning. Each team with a run on 5 hits. Tim Ponto's completed his warm-ups. Looks like he'll come in to pitch the bottom of the 7th for Rockland. Paredes spins, looks Harris back to second, nobody covering. Series finale tomorrow night, Latin Heritage Night. Hope you can join us. If you can't make it out to the ballpark, join us on 11 Sports Cable or CanAmLeague.tv or WRCR Radio AM 1700. 3-1 pitch in the dirt, ball 4, and the Boulders have 2 men on with 2 outs. Back-to-back walks by Paredes, first to Harris and now Piotnik. So Chase would have wound up at second Either way, if you believe in the predetermined outcome. Here's Ryan Burke, who's 0 for 3 tonight. A fly out, a strikeout looking, and a ground out. Earlier this season, in fact, less than a month ago, at his average at 400, Ray Ferrer coming out. And that could be the end of the line for Paredes, as the conference will include the catcher and the entire infield quartet. There is a right-hander throwing in the Cuban bullpen. He just got up a minute or so ago. Looks like Paredes will get to stay in the game, as Ferrer strolls back toward the dugout. Paredes has thrown 20 pitches, 10 balls, 10 strikes. He'll work here to the lefty hitting second baseman Ryan Burke, who was named, in case you're interested, for Ryan Sandberg, the Hall of Fame second baseman, former Philly and Cub. His dad, Ryan Burke's dad, grew up a Cubs fan in Illinois. Burke played his college ball at Texas A&M, grew up in Roger Clemens' hometown of Katy, Texas, drafted by the Astros in the 13th round, 2016. Made it as far as Double-A, Corpus Christi, in the Astros chain. And a 13-game hitting streak earlier this season. Waiting on the pitch from Paredes. Ground ball to first. Simone gobbles this one up. He'll take it himself as Burke spikes the bat in foul ground. Our seventh inning stretch presented by Montefiore Nyack. We're now Montefiore Nyack Hospital. Our exceptional services just got even better. 1-1 game as we go to the bottom of the seventh inning on the Boulders Broadcast Network.
For the Montefiore Nyack Trauma Team, each day is a new opportunity to save lives. With the help of an innovative new technology, first responders communicate vital patient information with ER staff in real time. And Montefiore Nyack, the only state-designated area trauma center in Rockland County, is the first in New York State to have it. Our trauma team is ready 24/7 to provide comprehensive care for severely injured patients. Trauma care at Montefiore Nyack.
If you're tired of people clowning around while servicing your car who don't know what they're doing, or they just don't care because they don't want to be doing what they're doing, at the Duke of Oil, you'll be treated to state-of-the-art equipment and highly trained technicians.
But the Duke of Oil treat you and your car like royalty.
Let's go to the bottom of the seventh inning. Boulders make a pitching change, which is brought to us by Columbia Orthopedics, providing expert care with a personalized approach for the Rockland Boulders and everyday athletes. ColumbiaOrtho.org. It's right-hander Tim Ponto making his 18th appearance of the season, his 17th in relief. He's 1-1, an ERA of 3.64. Ponto's thrown 24 and 2/3 innings, given up 13 runs, 10 of them earned on 21 hits and 10 walks with 21 strikeouts. 6'7", 220-pounder. Played his college ball at St. Joseph's in Philadelphia. 26 years old. Celebrated his birthday back on April the 22nd. Working to the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the Cuban lineup. Jorge Aloma, the second baseman. The third baseman, Orlando Acebe. And the catcher, Junior Ibarra. All right-handed batters against the right-hander Ponto, who works from the stretch and throws a first pitch called strike to start the bottom of the seventh. Ronaldo Lopez, 6 innings pitched. He winds up with another no decision. Gave up the 1 run earned on 5 hits, walked none, struck out 5. 0-1 at the knees, called a strike, and Aloma doesn't like it. Walks out of the batter's box shaking his head, talking to himself. But Ponto jumps ahead in the count. 0-2. Working quickly. Fastball missed outside. 1-2. Winds blowing now in from left field toward home plate, it appears. 1-2 from Ponto. Swung on, punched down the left field line. Heyman is giving chase. He can't see it. He lost it in the lights, and the ball goes foul. Lands on a fly in the bridge bar. Lucky break there for the Boulders. Heyman lost the ball in the lights. Put his arms up to say, I can't find it. And it's a good thing. He gave it a long run. He was shaded toward center field. Boulders did not expect Aloma to pull down the line, and he did. Boulders get very lucky as that ball sails into the bridge bar beyond the Cuba national team's bullpen. So a loud foul. Count holds at 1-2. 1-1 ball game, bottom of the 7th inning. Pitch from Ponto. Swung on. No, it hit the batter on the hand. They're calling it a foul ball. They're calling it a hit batter. Let's see what happens. Looks like Freddie DeJesus, the first base ump, is saying foul ball. Kevin Baez is coming out. DeJesus is motioning to Baez that he thinks it hit him on the hand, so now Kevin's talking to the home plate ump, Jacob Torres. Meanwhile, Aloma is down just outside the right-hand hitter's batter's box, having his hand checked by the Cuban trainer. First base coach has come down. Manager's out, coach is out, a couple of teammates are out. And Aloma, looked like it got him on the left hand, and he appears to be heading off the field, not to return. So we're going to have a pinch runner. It'll be Andres Hernandez. So Aloma hit by the pitch to start the bottom of the 7th inning. And Andres Hernandez goes in. Presumably he'll also take over at second base in the top of the 8th. Here's the third baseman, Orlando Acebe. Tops it in front of the mound. Throw on a bounce into center field as they were trying to get the force. An ill-advised throw by Gomez. He had a step around the bat. His momentum was taking him toward first base, and he tried to force out the runner at second. Instead threw it on the shortstop side of the base into center field, but Hernandez had a hold there. They're going to score that in E2, allowing Acebe to reach. And now Kevin Baez has a conference on the mound with his pitcher, his catcher, and his full infield complement. We do have bullpen action. That's James Mulry, the left-hander. Jacob Torres, the home plate ump, making his way out to the mound to break up the conference. So the Boulders are in a jam here. Ronaldo Lopez worked his way out of one in the 6th inning. Runners were on second and third with one out. He got out of it to preserve the 1-1 tie. Now here in the 7th inning, first and second with nobody out for Junior Ibarra, who's bounced out twice tonight. Corners are in. Middle infielders play for a double play. Ponto spins around. Bronsema keeping the pinch runner Hernandez close to second. He retreats to the bag. Oberste, the first baseman, Fecto, the third baseman, in very tight at the corners. Pitch from Ponto is bunted at foul, third base side. Fecto was covering third. I beg your pardon, Bronsima, the shortstop, was covering third. Boulders had the wheel play on. Burke was sprinting toward first base. So it's 0-1 on Ibarra, who didn't play in the series opener last night. Corners in tight. Middle at double play depth. The wheel play on. Throw to second with Burke covering. Hernandez gets back in standing. Funny, Bronsima was sprinting toward third base. He figured the base runner might be preoccupied following his trail, and Burke could sneak in, but the runner got back just ahead of the tag. The 0-1 pitch swung on, topped, foul, wide of third. And it's 0-2. Runners were on the move for Cuba. Rockland Boulders is the premier sports and entertainment destination in suburban New York City, offering partnerships to help brand local, regional, and national businesses. For more information, call 845-364-0009, extension 201. Now the wind's starting to pick up as it blows across from left to right. That short porch even more inviting, just 312 feet away in right field. Wheel play on, corners in, ground ball to Fecto. He takes it to third for one, throws across to first. Not in time. Great stretch by Oberste. The batter, Ibarra, is furious. He spikes his helmet to the ground, but he was safe at first. He sheepishly goes to first base. I guess he's upset that he didn't get the run home. Aloma retired on the 5 unassisted putout. Sebe moves up to second on the fielder's choice by Ibarra. So first and second now with one out. And Kevin Baez strolling to the mound. That'll be all for Tim Ponto, who works a third of an inning. James Mulry coming in relief. Boulders pitching change brought to us by Columbia Orthopedics, providing expert care with a personalized approach for the Rockland Boulders and everyday athletes. ColumbiaOrtho.org. Back to continue the bottom of the seventh inning after this 90-second break on the Boulders Broadcast Network. Tim Ponto out, James Mulry in. Ponto done after a third of an inning. Responsible for the runners on first and second. He hit a batter, had one reach on an error and bounce into a fielder's choice. Fecto fielded the one hopper just off the third base line in front of the bag. Was able to step on the base to retire pinch runner Andres Hernandez, who came on after Jorge Aloma left after being hit with a pitch. Yoelkis Guibert 0 for 2 tonight, batting left side. Stiff wind now blowing out to right. And Mulry's first pitch, a breaking ball That misses outside. So Acebe's leading off second. Ibarra's at first. 1 out, a 1-1 game in the bottom of the 7th inning. Mowry, the lefty, to the lefty hitting Guibert. Breaking ball in for a strike, 1-1. Mowry's making his 20th appearance of the season. He's 3-1, ERA of 2.93. Has pitched 15 and a third innings, given up 6 runs, 5 earned on 9 hits and 8 walks, with 20 strikeouts. Big spot here as he inherits 2 runners in a 1-1 game. With 1 out, the 1-1 pitch. Fastball in the dirt. Good block by Wagner Gomez, making his Boulders debut behind the plate, and Gomez will walk the ball back to the mound. They meet in the middle between the mound and home plate. Can-Am Frontier League All-Star Celebration kicks off with a luncheon featuring legendary Yankees broadcaster John Sterling on Tuesday, July 9th from 11:30 a.m. until 1 p.m. That'll be at the New York Country Club in Spring Valley, New York. For tickets, which benefit the Boulders Community Fund, slide to rocklandboulders.com. The count 2-1. The batter, Yoelkis Guibert. Runners lead from first and second with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Mowry's pitch coming home. Breaking ball on the ground to second. Burke has to go to first. It is in time for out number 2 as the runners move up to second and third. It's Acebe to third and Ibarra to second. So the go-ahead run 90 feet away, but with 2 outs now for Unieski Lardouet. Lardouet 1 for 3, a single in 3 trips. He's 2 for 6 in the series, and here comes Kevin Baez again to the mound, and it looks like we'll have another pitching change as KB makes the motion. And we will have another pitcher coming in for the Boulders. We'll tell you who it is after this 90-second break on the Boulders Broadcast Network.
Rockland Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, a Rockland County icon, is now under new ownership. Our mission is to provide every customer with a 5-star sales and service experience. And if you're looking to get out of your current lease or finance contract early, we can have you driving a brand new Jeep or certified pre-owned vehicle today for the same payment or less. Rockland makes car shopping simple with a knowledgeable, friendly sales staff and a great selection of over 700 vehicles. Rockland Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Rock solid. The summer of Jeep.
And the Boulders manager turns to the most often pitched reliever in the Can-Am League this season. It's right-hander Nick Kennedy for his 22nd appearance. He's 2-0, league best ERA of 1.53. Nick has pitched 29 and a third innings, given up 5 runs, all earned on 21 hits and 7 walks with 19 strikeouts. He works to the leadoff man, the center fielder Unieski Lardouet, with runners on second and third, 2 outs in a 1-1 game in the first pitch, a breaking ball strike on the inner half. So Kennedy and Mowry rank 1-2 in appearances this year. Mowry pitches a third of an inning. He retires Guibert as the runners moved up to second and third. Kennedy, the high set, sidearm, pitch is lofted into shallow right. Coming hard, Piotnik, it drops in for a hit. 1 run is home. The throw coming in, sliding in with a second run, and giving the Cuban Nationals a 3-1 lead. Acebe and Ibarra both score on the little bleeder to right field. On the throw home, Lardouet takes second. He's on with a 2 RBI hit. And here in the bottom of the 7th inning, the Cuban team takes a 3-1 lead. Well, it was a fly ball into shallow right field by Lardouet, and there was nothing at all Piotnik could do. Burke gave chase from second base, but it fell squarely in between the two Boulders fielders, and Cuba goes in front. Now Cesar Prieto, 2 for 3, couple of singles and a strikeout. First pitch swinging, line drive into center, drops in front of Harris. Turning third, coming home. Here's the throw, it goes through, but in standing with the 4th run of the night is Lardouet. Prieto's on with his 3rd hit of the contest. An RBI single that gives the Cubans a 4-1 lead. Well, it's all fallen apart for the Boulders here in the bottom of the 7th inning. After Ronaldo Lopez played Houdini in the 6th, getting out of 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. Tim Ponto started the inning. He hit the leadoff batter. Second man reached on an error by the catcher. Then 1st and 2nd with 1 out. Mulry retired the batter he faced, but Kennedy's given up a 2-run single and an RBI single, and now Raul Gonzalez, who's had 5 hits in the series, comes to bat in a 4-1 game. He took strike 1 from Nick. Kennedy, the high set. Sidearm delivery, low. 1-1 on Gonzalez, who had 2 doubles out of 3 hits last night. 2 doubles and a run scored out of 3 trips tonight. 5 for 7 in the series. Pitches down low and away. The throw to first, diving back in just ahead of the tag, Prieto. Good throw there by Gomez to Oberste. Night taking a terrible turn for the Boulders here in the 7th inning, as they've given up 3 runs. Now Prieto waiting on a 2-1 from Nick. Runner leads from first. Kennedy's pitch swung on, drilled to deep left field. If it's fair, it's gone. It's going to go foul over the bridge bar. Home run distance for sure, but just a loud foul by Gonzalez, who has done nothing but torment the Boulders the last 2 nights. So the count 2-2. Prieto leading from first. Here comes the pitch from Kennedy as the runner goes, and the pitch is fouled back behind home plate to the sweet level. Prieto will have to go back to first base. So we'll reset. 2-2, 2 outs, man on, bottom of the 7th. Pitch to Gonzalez, swung on, drilled to left field. If it's fair, it's gone. It is foul. Just wide of the pole over the bridge bar. That was a lot closer than the last foul ball he hit. Didn't have the distance of the ball that carried over the bridge bar. This one was almost like Carlton Fisk in the '75 World Series, where he was waving it, and it hit the foul pole. This one, the Boulders were waving foul, and it finally carried foul. So Gonzalez has taken Kennedy deep twice, but foul. 2-2, in for a called strike 3, and that retires the side, but not before Cuba scores 3 runs to take a 4-1 lead over Rockland as we go to the top of the 8th on the Boulders Broadcast Network. Well, let's go to the top of the 8th inning. Boulders will try to climb out of a 4-1 hole now as the Cubans scored 3 runs on 2 hits in the bottom of the 7th inning. All the runs unearned. 2 of them charged to Tim Ponto, who's now on the hook for what would be his 2nd loss of the season. Nick Kennedy charged with the other. It too unearned. Good news for the Boulders as they come up against Wilson Paredes, who's in line for his 2nd win in as many decisions. They've got the 2, 3, and 4 batters due up here in the 8th. Bronsema, Heyman, and Oberste, and John takes a strike. He's 2 for 3, a single and a double around a fly out to right center. Now the wind blowing in toward home plate. It was a calm night as far as any breeze went up until about the last 20 minutes. Bronsema takes a breaking ball, strike 2. JB came in 6th best average in the league, 328. Gone up with his 2 for 3 tonight. Waiting on an 0-2 from Paredes. Swings and misses at an off-speed pitch. And Bronsema strikes out. 2nd K for Paredes. Who worked around a couple of 2-out walks in the 7th inning. Boulders have had their chances. The only run they've scored came on Matt Oberste's leadoff homer in the top of the 2nd inning. Boulders are the visiting team tonight. Grant Heyman up next, 0 for 3 on the night, 0 for 6 in the series. Bounces this one foul toward the Boulders dugout. It ricochets off the roof of the dugout and rolls out toward the first base foul line. So it's 0-1 on Grant, who bounced into a double play and rolled out twice to second. The 0-1, too far outside, 1-1. Boulders bullpen is busy. Robbie Gordon throwing. Heyman's waiting on a 1-1 from Paredes. Here it comes. Breaking ball swung on and missed for 1-2. Get to the out-of-town scoreboard, sponsored by Palisades Credit Union as we move along here in the top of the 8th. Luis Sojo was in the house earlier tonight on Scholastic Reading Night. Threw out the first pitch, signed some autographs on the concourse. Heyman foul tips it. Stays alive. Count 1-2. Other Can-Am action. Sussex County a 4-0 lead, 7th inning at Quebec. New Jersey a 3-2 7th inning lead at Ottawa. And in the 5th inning, Shikoku Island on top of Trois-Rivières 5-4. Yankees this afternoon beat the Blue Jays in the Bronx 8-7 to complete a 3-game sweep. There's a called strike 3 as Heyman goes down. 3rd strikeout recorded by Paredes, 2nd in a row. Yanks walked off 8-7 on a Gleyber Torres RBI single in the bottom of the 9th. They got 2 home runs in the game, 29 straight games with at least 1. Doing the honors today were Didi Gregorius and DJ LeMahieu, and the Mets playing the Phillies have a 4-2 lead in the 7th inning down the Jersey Turnpike. Here's Oberste, 1 for 3 with that home run. Takes a breaking ball strike from Paredes. Mets got a 4th inning home run from Dom Smith. Jeff McNeil a solo shot in the 5th. Tomas Nido an RBI single in the 6th. McNeil doing more damage with an RBI double in that 6th inning. Pulled foul wide of the 3rd base line by Oberste. It's 0-2. Matt with that home run to the right center field bleachers leading off the 2nd. Has since struck out and bounced to 3rd. 1 for 6 in the series, which wraps up tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Eastern time. 0-2 from Paredes, down low to Matt. Game will be carried on 11 Sports Cable. Check your local listings as well as CanAmLeague.tv and WRCR AM 1700 radio, which is also found on WRCR.com and the TuneIn app. This one punched to left field and pretty deep. Back toward the warning track goes Cepeda, and he makes the catch as the Boulders are retired 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's Cuba 4, Rockland 1 on the Boulders Broadcast Network.
The best players in minor league baseball visit New York July 10th for the first ever Frontier League Can-Am League All-Star Game. Baseball's future stars right here in beautiful Rockland County. Get your tickets now. Visit rocklandboulders.com and come on out to Palisades Credit Union Park for this historic game. See your favorite Rockland Boulders and the best of the best. Get your tickets now at rocklandboulders.com.
We've been coming here since it opened, and it's always something great to do for the family.
I like the food, watching the game, and the playground.
It's a great night out. We get to see a ball game, and the kids have fun too.
We didn't realize we could see such great baseball so close to home.
There's so much to do before and during the game.
A great place to get a drink and watch the game.
We're from New Jersey. We didn't know it was so close. We're having a great time. Go Boulders!
Boulders baseball sponsored in part by New York Sports Day, one of the largest independent New York sports news sources out there for coverage of the Boulders Mets, Yankees, major and minor league baseball, as well as football, basketball, hockey, and soccer. Visit nysportsday.com, your independent Gotham sports news source. Let's go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Boulders pitching change brought to us by Columbia Orthopedics, providing expert care with a personalized approach for the Rockland Boulders and everyday athletes, ColumbiaOrtho.org. And it's actually right-hander Landon Holyfield who comes in to start the bottom of the 8th. Holyfield making his 17th appearance, all in relief. No wins or losses, ERA of 1.61, second best in the Can-Am League behind teammate Nick Kennedy. We'll give you his line in just a sec. Holyfield's pitched 22 and a third innings, giving up 4 runs, all earned on 14 hits and 9 walks with 30 strikeouts. Kennedy is on the hook. Actually, he's not. It's Ponto who's on the hook. Kennedy pitched a third of an inning, gave up 2 hits. The run charged to him unearned. No walks and 1 strikeout. Nick made his league-high 22nd appearance of the season tonight. 4, 5, and 6 for the Cubans. Yordanis Simon, Frederick Cepeda, and Jorge Loma in the bottom of the 8th. Cuba with a 4-1 lead. They scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th. Holyfield works from the stretch. His pitch to Simone. Fastball swung on and missed. Very late was Simone. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Couple of ground outs and reached on a fielder's choice. Simone, 37 years old, 6'1", 220 pounds, taking a mighty hack at another fastball from Holyfield, and again comes up empty. It's 0-2. And that might have caught Wagner Gomez on the backswing. Looked like it got his elbow. He's got an elbow pad on, but given the force of that swing by Simone, that padding can only do so much. Kevin Baez and Boulders' assistant trainer comes out, asking Gomez to flex his left arm. Might have caught the funny bone. He could be numb for a couple of seconds. A little tingly. A little bit of a stress test on that left elbow. He's okay. And Gomez will stay in the game. It's been an eventful debut for Gomez as a Boulder. Reached on an error in the second inning. Popped out a couple of times. Has committed Rockland's only error of the night. And he'll receive a couple of warm-up pitches just to make sure he's okay catching. Well, he took just the one, said, "Blue, I'm fine," or words to that effect to Jacob Torres, the home plate ump. And so Simone steps back in. with a count 0-2. Holyfield sets below the belt. Now the 0-2 pitch swung on, hacked to right center field. Under it is Piotnik in right, calling off Harris, and Mitch makes the catch for out number 1. Brings up Frederick Cepeda, who's 0 for 3, couple of strikeouts and a sacrifice fly. That was what tied the game in the bottom of the 4th inning. Raul Gonzalez, who's just killed the Boulders the last couple of nights. The first of his 2 doubles this evening, leading off the inning. Moved up to third on a ground out by Simone and then scored on the Cepeda sac fly to tie the score. We stayed 1-1 till the bottom of the 7th moments ago when Cuba scored 3 unearned runs. Holyfield's pitch to Cepeda misses for a ball up high. Cuban bullpen busy again. Swung on, popped foul, third base side. That'll reach the seats. Actually, I think it wound up on the roof, or bouncing off the roof. So 1-1 on Cepeda with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Jorge Aloma on deck. Boulders in the 9th will have Colin Ferguson, Richie Fecto, and Wagner Gomez up 5, 6, and 7. 1-1 pitch swung on, fouled again, third base side. That one will reach the seats down the left field line. And the count on Cepeda, 1-2. Fans, get your All-Star ticket pack for the Can-Am Frontier League All-Star Classic July 9th and 10th. You'll get 4 tickets to the Home Run Derby and the All-Star Game, plus 4 vouchers for the Boulders July 6th contest, and 4 All-Star caps, all for just $119. For tickets, visit the Palisades Credit Union box office or slide to rocklandboulders.com. Slow roller to second, Burke up with it on to first. That's out number 2 here in the bottom of the 8th. So Holyfield's retired the first 2 batters he's faced, and it brings up, I beg your pardon, not Jorge Aloma, it's Andres Hernandez, who replaced Aloma in the bottom of the 7th. As a pinch runner, Aloma was hit on the left hand by a pitch from Tim Ponto and had to leave the game. So Hernandez batting. Didn't play last night. And he takes a ball from Holyfield. Hernandez didn't play at Trois-Rivières on Friday or Sunday. Appeared as a pinch runner on Saturday. So this is his first plate appearance in the last several days. He fouls this one back to the screen. It's 1-1. Hernandez 1 for 5 in 6 games on the Cubans' tour of the Can-Am League. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Holyfield. It's swung on and drilled to deep right field. Piotnik going back toward the warning track in front of the short porch. He makes the catch in fair territory. And the Cubans go out 1-2-3. We go to the top of the 9th. Last licks for the Boulders. They trail 4-1 on the Boulders Broadcast Network. Boulders are down to their final 3 outs as we go to the top of the 9th inning. They're the visiting team tonight after the final pitch. Stay with us for the Boulders postgame show on radio and CanAmLeague.tv, presented by Palisades Credit Union, featuring the Westchester Medical Center Health Network. Player of the game. Wilson Paredes worked 2 innings on Friday at Trois-Rivières, 2 more innings on Sunday. About to begin his 3rd inning for the Cubans in relief of Freddie Asiel Alvarez. He'll work to the 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the Rockland order. Colin Ferguson, Richie Fecto, and Wagner Gomez. The Boulders, as was the case last night in the 9th inning, they were down 3-0 then. They trail 4-1 now. They need base runners. Ferguson's 1 for 3, a single and 2 strikeouts. First pitch from Paredes. Fastball missed outside for 1-0. Paredes in line for the win in relief of Alvarez. Tim Ponto's on the hook for the loss in relief of Ronaldo Lopez. There's a strike on the inner half. 1-1 to Ferguson, who is now 1 for 7 in the series. One pitch from Paredes. Colin takes outside, 2-1. Wind now blowing in from right field toward third base. Still, that short porch only 312 feet away down the right field line. 2-1 pitch. Fergie takes a hack. Swung under it. 2-1 pitch. Missed. Now 2-2. Paredes has struck out 3. This the 8th batter he's facing tonight. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, pulled foul on the ground. One bounce into the Boulders dugout. Over that protective screen, which I call Zimmer's. In memory of the late Don Zimmer, it was he, while serving as Yankees bench coach, who got hit by a foul line drive. Precipitated the building of those protective screens in front of Major League dugouts. Fergie takes high and the count goes full. Boulders are down 3 runs. It's a 4-1 score. Richie Fecto on deck, mired in a 1 for 35 horror show of a slump. 0 for his last 26. Paredes from the full windup to the stretch. Now the 3-2, breaking ball outside, and Ferguson draws a leadoff walk. 3rd walk allowed by Paredes, who, when he came on in the 7th inning, got a strikeout and a foul pop-out, then walked Chase Harris, who stole second base, walked Mitch Piotnik, and then got out of trouble when Ryan Burke grounded out to first. Here's Richie Fecto, 0 for 3 tonight, 0 for 7 in the series, and just mercifully, I will not repeat the extent of his current batting slump, extended beyond these last 2 nights. Suffice to say, it is stuff that keeps you up at night if you're the batter who can't buy a hit. Boulders trail 4-1. Ferguson leading from first. He's held there by Simone. Pitch called a strike, belt high. A fastball from Paredes to Fecto. Now, to his credit, Richie has played a very solid defense in spite of his troubles at the plate. Made a couple of nice plays tonight, for example. The 0-1, fastball missed outside. 1-1. Boulders bullpen action. Soft tossing from in front of the mound. That is Robbie Gordon. Ronaldo Lopez started this game, went 6 innings. Tim Ponto, James Mowry, and Nick Kennedy, a third of an inning apiece. Landon Holyfield pitched the 8th. Breaking ball, down and in. And Fecto ahead in the count, 2-1. If he can get on, the Boulders would bring the tying run to the plate, just as they did last night. Last night it was with 1 out in the 9th inning. Matt Oberste walked, Adam Ehrlich singled, but then Grant Heyman struck out and Fecto popped out foul wide of third to end the game. Boulders were shut out for the first time this season, 3-0. Tonight they're down 4-1. 2-1 pitch to Ritchie, swings and pops it up into medium depth right center field. Drifting over is the center fielder Lardouette, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Fecto 0 for 4 tonight, and 0 for 8 in the series. Here's Wagner Gomez, who's 0 for 3, reached on an error, fouled out twice in his Boulders debut. And in fact, it will not be Gomez. Adam Ehrlich pinch hits. Ehrlich with a 10-game hitting streak. That's got his average back up to 333, 5th best in the Can-Am League. Adam takes a strike, outer half at the knees. Boulders are the visiting team in this middle game of the International Showcase Series. They'll be back as the home team tomorrow night at home. Ferguson leading from first. Ehrlich takes outside, 1-1. Another fastball from Paredes. 87 miles an hour. Action continuing. Right-handers in both bullpens now. Rockland needs one more on to bring the tying run up. They trail 4-1 with 1 out in the 9th. Ferguson leading from first. 1-1 to Ehrlich. Breaking ball in the dirt. Scooped out by the catcher Ibarra. So it's 2-1 on Ehrlich. Chase Harris waiting on deck. Ninth inning, 1 out. Ehrlich waiting on a 2-1 from Paredes. Here it comes. Fastball missed, down and away. 3-1 on Ehrlich. Well, you say one thing about the Boulders, who may be in danger of falling back to 500 for the season, but they are never out of it, especially here at home. Even last night, getting shut out on 4 hits. They went right down to the wire, had the tying run at the plate with 1 out. Just couldn't get anything across. 3-1, first to throw, and Ferguson's back standing. Hasn't tried to steal a base, and I can't imagine with his team down 3 that he would even consider it, or that Kevin Baez would let him. Ehrlich, the pinch hitter, waiting on a 3-1 from Paredes. Here it comes, swung on, top to first, backhand Simone. He goes to short for 1. The pitcher covering for the 2nd out, and that is the ball game. A 3-6-1 double play ends it, and the Boulders have dropped the first 2 in this International Showcase Series. The final tonight is 4-1. Want to thank our friends at 11 Sports Cable for their coverage tonight. We'll join you tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Eastern, for the series finale, as the Boulders will try to salvage the last one in this 3-game set against Cuba. Thank you for joining us on 11 Sports Cable, and we bid you a fond good evening. For those on the radio side, WRCR AM 1700 and CanAmLeague.tv, it's time for the post-game show presented by Palisades Credit Union. Are you ready to start earning cash back on purchases? With Palisades Credit Union's Casasa Cashback account, you can earn money every month just by using your debit card. Visit the PCU booth in Stadium or PalisadesFCU.org for more information. Federally insured by NCUA. Our final score tonight, Cuba 4, the Boulders 1. Rockland falls to 18-18 on the season, 8-9 here at home, as Cuba improves to 6-5 with a 2nd straight victory. Player of the game presented by the Westchester Medical Center Health Network, WMC Health, advancing care here. And this evening we have to give the nod to Cuban center fielder Yunieski Lardouette. His 2-run single in the 7th inning snapped a 1-1 tie and put the Cuban side on its way to a 4-1 victory. Play of the game sponsored by Sharp. And I'll tell you, defensively, a handful of them, all turned in by Boulders starting pitcher Ronaldo Lopez, who had 1, 2, 3 comebacks and fielded them all to perfection. Drive of the game presented by Rockland Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Rock solid. That belongs to Matt Oberste. His leadoff homer starting the top of the 2nd inning accounted for the Boulders' only run. It was his 4th big fly of the season. Final line score tonight, certified by Berard & Associates, serving individuals, businesses, governments, and nonprofits. For the winning Cuban national team, 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. They left 5 men on base, and for the Boulders, 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error. They left 6 runners on. The time of the game, 2 hours and 28 minutes after we got underway at 7:05 Eastern Time. Winning pitcher in relief of Freddie Alvarez was Wilson Paredes. He worked the final 3 frames for the Cubans. He improves to 2-0. The losing pitcher in relief of Ronaldo Lopez, who worked 6 innings, was Tim Ponto, charged with 2 unearned runs in a third of an inning. Ponto falls to 1-2. There was no save. We can recap the scoring fairly quickly. Boulders jumped in front, top of the 2nd inning. They were the visiting team tonight. Matt Oberste, a home run to the right center field bleachers off of Alvarez. That was Rockland's 1 and only run. Cuba would tie it up bottom of the 4th against Lopez. A leadoff double for Raul Gonzalez, who has 5 hits, 4 doubles so far in the series. He moved up to third base on a ground ball to second by Jordanis Simone and scored on a 1-out sacrifice fly by the left fielder Frederick Cepeda. We stayed 1-1 till the 7th when Tim Ponto, on in relief, hit Jorge Aloma with a pitch. He was replaced by the pinch runner Andres Hernandez. Orlando Acebe hit a chopper in front of the plate. The catcher for the Boulders, making his debut tonight, Wagner Gomez, pounced on it, tried to get the force at second, but he threw wide to the shortstop side of the bag. John Bronson couldn't make the play, and so it was charged in error, allowing Acebe to reach first base. The pinch runner Hernandez moved up to second. Junior Ibarro would step up next. He bounced one to Richie Fecto, who made the grab in front of third base, retreated to make the step on the bag for the force play. That was the only out the Boulders could get. Runners first and second with 1 out. Yoelkis Guiber, the number 9 hitter, grounded to second. That moved the runners up to second and third. Then Yunieski Lardoet, the leadoff hitter, the center fielder for Cuba, a 2-run single to shallow right field that dropped in front of Piotnik and behind Burke. That broke the tie to make it 3-1. Cesar Prieto, an RBI single scoring Lardoet to make it 4-1. So the 3 runs charged to Ponto, 2 of them against his record, both unearned. The 3rd run, also unearned, charged to Nick Kennedy, who was making his league-high 22nd appearance of the season. Cuba with 3 runs in the 7th inning, a 4-1 lead. Boulders went 3 up, 3 down in the 8th, and then in the 9th, Colin Ferguson led off with a walk. Richie Fecto flew out to right center field, and then Adam Ehrlich, as a pinch hitter, bounced into the second 3-6-1 double play that the Boulders hit into tonight. They ended the 1st inning with 1. They end the ball game with 1, and the Boulders are defeated 4-1. So they lose and are now 18-18 on the year, 8-9 at home, and pending the outcome of the Sussex-Quebec game, Boulders at the moment are 3.5 games out of first place. Our next broadcast tomorrow evening, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. We hope you'll be able to join us then for all the action on 11 Sports Cable, on CanAmLeague.tv, and, of course, on the radio side, AM 1700 WRCR, which you can also find at WRCR.com or the TuneIn app. For everyone who helped to make this broadcast possible, Corey Spector, our producer-engineer, back at the studios of WRCR, executive producer in the control room, Jim Houston, and his entire crew, the birthday boy, Seth Cantor. Happy birthday, voice of the Boulders. I'm Mark Renee saying thank you so much for joining us. I remind you the final score was Cuba 4 and Rockland 1. And now I say good night until tomorrow from Palisades Credit Union Park on the Boulders Broadcast Network.